$5,000 per month, $8,000 per month, $10,000 per month. About 1 year into coaching video editors, I've put together the blueprint to consistently land premium clients. And today, I'm gonna be passing that blueprint on to you. This video won't be a basic tutorial where I'll tell you to send 500 messages a day or apply to every job post on Discord servers. All of that stuff is bullshit. You'll be learning the exact formula that top editors use to land premium clients while getting paid like partners. So, let's dive right in. Before we can talk about getting premium clients, we need to understand what clients actually want and how to deliver it. After having more than 200 flexing coaching calls with struggling video editors, I noticed the pattern. Most editors, and myself included, are great at creating motion graphics, fancy effects, and master the trending styles. But they completely miss what actually matters. They believe that more effects will create a better video, and a better video will go viral. Then the customers will be more than happy to pay you more. This sounds logical, but it's completely wrong, because this mindset ignores the most important person in the entire process, the viewer. The viewer is the ultimate judge of your video. If they watch the entire video, then the retention will increase. If they take action and they subscribe to a newsletter, join a community, or book a call, that's when you can say that the video worked. Now the real question is, how can you influence the viewer to do any of this? Let me show you a simple example. Imagine that you're a fat person trying to get a six-pack. Then you click on this video called Get Abs in 60 Days by Jeff Nippard. You watch the entire video and the hook is solid. He talks about body fat percentage and shows you the dream outcome. But the interesting part comes a little bit later, when he breaks the videos into sections. Now, look closely. On the left, there is a slider showing the section you are in, and for each section, the video changes on purpose. In the first section, which is training, we have Jeff training in the gym. In the second section, where he's covering dieting, we have Jeff eating chicken and rice, which is the most relatable food out there for every gym guy on the planet. And in the third section, where he talks about supplements, he shows you some pills with a scoop of protein in the middle, which is the most used supplement in fitness. None of this was random. He could create a fancy animation with lots of effects, but would that actually help? Not really. In fact, it will probably ruin the performance of it, because it will distract you and make the video less relatable. And that's what editing when done right is. Understanding the human brain and using emotion and relatability to control attention. Because here is the harsh reality. It doesn't matter what you like, it doesn't matter what your customers likes, the only thing that matters is what the viewer relates to. That's how you can keep them watching, that's how they build trust, and that's how they eventually buy. So next time when you're about to throw a bunch of effects on your timeline, pause for a second and ask yourself, does this scene make sense for the viewer? Does making this animation or adding this effect make the message clear or easier to understand? And if the answer is no, then you'll have to rethink your whole scene. And this brings us to the first step that you need to take in order to consistently land high-paying customers. Because once you understand how to edit from the perspective of the viewer, you gain control over attention. And when you have control over attention, it's easier to deliver results for your customers, which is the only thing they care about. And now, speaking of clients, let's talk about how to actually get them. Real quick, sorry for interrupting your video, this is Haddad from the future, and I want to tell you that I just released a free course showing you exactly what keeps you stuck between $1,000 to $4,000 per month as an editor, and the exact steps you should take to land premium customers and scale past $5,000 per month. If you want to see the exact roadmap and go way deeper into everything I'm presenting in this video, then just click the link below and I will see you inside of the editing dojo. And now, speaking of clients, let's talk about how to actually get them. And hear me out, because understanding the next step is very important. And if you get this wrong, you will probably stay stuck for years, just like the most freelance video editors I talk to. And to prove that statement, let's get back when I first tried to land some clients. I took any jobs I could get: crypto videos, fitness tutorials, documentaries, or even ads. And because I was spreading myself too thin across multiple niches, I had no stable client base, and I wasn't making more than $300 per month in my luckiest months on Fiverr. It was just like putting points into too many abilities in a video game. It doesn't matter that you level up and you unlock new skills, when you try to use them against the first boss, they will be meaningless. Once I realized this, I focused on only one niche: business owners who are trying to sell through content by posting on YouTube. I stopped taking any job from different niches and I focused on this one. That's when I started to gain momentum and get customers really fast. And since the customers from this niche knew each other, I was able to show them the work I did and the results I got. And since I wasn't editing in multiple niches like gaming, business, and fitness, I was able to reuse the same editing fundamentals, which allowed me to scale to over $1,500 per project fast. None of that would have happened if I didn't pick a niche first. Because if you jump across two multiple niches, you'll have no direction and you will stay broke. To fix that, you need to become a specialist. And a specialist is a player who maximizes only one build first. He picks one class and he masters the skills under it. And suddenly bosses are easier, customers pay you more, and you start gaining momentum. And premium clients don't buy your edits because you can do effects in 10 different niches. They buy your edits because they want a specific result. For example, a YouTuber doesn't wake up in the morning thinking, I need more effects into my videos. They wake up in the morning thinking that I need to grow faster, get more views, and make more money. That's the language you need to speak. And that's why the second step is actually picking a niche and creating an ideal customer profile. You only need to take 15 minutes and write down on paper who is your dream customer, what's their goal, and what do they struggle with in achieving that goal. Once you understand these questions, you'll have a clear image of your customer in your mind, and we are going to use these answers in the next steps to make sure that the customers instantly understands how you can help them, from the moment they open your portfolio, your personal brand, and the email. And now I'm going to show you how to do that with a simple system I call FHR. And let's start with F, fishing. The truth is that there are insanely skilled editors out there, making 30 videos for $500 per month on Fiverr or Upwork. Then there are editors with half the skill making even $10,000 per month. Take my student Derek as an example. He started editing in CapCut making $0 per month. Then in the first month of working together with me, he scaled from 0 to 5K per month by landing 2 premium clients. And in 4 months he evolved into a content agency. The crazy part is that he was still editing in CapCut. Why do you think this happens? Why do you think there are people on Fiverr or Upwork who are really skilled, like motion graphics wizard, but they are still stuck under $500 per month, while someone like Derek with less than half the skill scaled to $10,000 in just 4 months? Well, the only right answer here is positioning. He understood his customer and positioned himself as a problem solver, not just another video editor. And he built his entire personal brand according to that in the right way. And if you already have a personal brand, then you are going to love this next part, because believe me or not, a lot of editors who already have a personal brand are still stuck, struggling to land premium clients because they are doing it completely wrong. What they don't realize is that the customers don't always pick the best editor. They pick the editor they can find and the editor they can trust. So let me show you how you can position yourself in that way. Once you have picked a niche and you have your ideal customer profile made, we are going to use this in creating your personal brand. And the best platform to start growing a personal brand at the beginning is Twitter, since it's the easiest to grow on and it doesn't require such a big time investment compared to YouTube. Our main goal here isn't to go viral, but to attract potential customers like a magnet. For that to work, you need to stop talking like an editor and start talking like a problem solver. That's why the things we covered about picking a niche, understanding your customers, and delivering results are extremely important. Most editors use their Twitter bio or description to simply repeat their name twice or describe what they do. But customers don't care about what you can do, they care about what you can do for them. It's important to keep in mind that in any niche, the customer follows profit. The point here isn't to give a 100% guarantee or a refund to your customers, but to simply make them think, this person can help me. Your Twitter bio, your portfolio, and even your content should speak the language of your customers while showing them that editing can deliver the results they want. And you should have different offers in every section a client might look into. Now, your portfolio is the next fishing piece, and most editors who are stuck are messing this up. But I won't cover it in this video because I have a complete A to Z guide on how to create a successful portfolio where you can find a free template which is made based on the strategy my students apply to close clients for more than $5,000 per month. So if you want to watch that video, click right here or on the link in the description. But before doing that, make sure to watch this video until the end, because if you're missing the next part, you are missing more than half of your entire strategy. And one more thing before we move on. Make sure to show your face, because we as humans evolved to trust faces, and customers are approached every day by faceless editors who are trying to get their money. And when they see your face, they will naturally develop trust. Once you have that set up, you want to start posting as well, but you don't only want to be posting re-edits. You need to create a mix of posts between documenting your journey, showing behind the scenes on creating videos for your customers, and also sharing lessons that you learned in the entire process. Because at the end of the day, you are not selling editing, you are selling trust. And when you build a personal brand in the right way, trust builds automatically. But even if you execute phishing correctly, that's only half of the formula. Most editors stop here and only focus on this part, and that's exactly why they can land premium clients consistently. In our video game example, if you only focus on phishing, you can optimize for it by buying better tools, baits, and hooks. But it doesn't matter how much you level up this skill, you still won't know what's under the water until you catch the fish. It's the same with growing a personal brand. That's why you can't spend all of your time fishing, you also need to hunt. And if growing a personal brand is like fishing, then outreach is like hunting. And trust me, I know, writing emails to people with no guarantee that they will answer sucks. But if you can push past that feeling, you can scale your editing business and you can do it fast. Because once you do outreach right, landing premium clients doesn't take that long. Take my student Nick as an example. Before we worked together, he sent 6,000 messages on Instagram and he only closed 2 clients, totaling up to $1,000 per month. After we worked together, he scaled to $8,000 per month with just 3 clients. And can you guess how many emails he sent? And now you might be wondering, what did he change in his approach? Well, it's the exact thing I changed to start landing premium clients in my journey as well. I used to send countless DMs to people asking them if they need a video editor. I also applied to every job post out there saying that I can bring their idea to life with video editing. And can you guess what happened next? I got ghosted, overworked and underpaid every single time. And if this is happening to you right now, here is why. You are trying to sell the flight, not the destination. Think about it in this way. If someone wants to go to Hawaii, you are not going to sell them the plane ticket or the experience on the plane. You will sell them the vacation, the beach experience and the tasty food. It's the same with editing. You don't sell your keyframes, your transitions or your motion graphics. You sell the outcome, which can be more views, more leads or more exposure. Now let me show you how we can take this mindset and apply it into our outreach emails. The first step is to find minimum 10 creators that fit your ideal customer profile on YouTube, school or Twitter. Then the next step is my favorite one, which is writing the emails. For the subject line, you want to go with something like collaboration opportunity for your YouTube channel, re-edit inside, or here is my gift for you. Then you want to point out a clear gap or opportunity into their content. Then you'll be attaching a free re-edit to the email, but what's important to remember is that the most important part is not the re-edit, it's the way you present it, the way you use words when you write to show to your customer that the re-edit is the bridge that's going to take them from this point where they struggle with this problem to the next point where the problem is solved. And once you send that email, you instantly move to the next customer. You don't wait for an answer and you don't overthink it. Most people won't reply and it's normal, but you need to keep going until someone says yes. Don't forget about following up though. You need to keep following up until someone says, yes, I want to work with you, or leave me the fuck alone. And if you've ever lost a client after they said, nice edit, let's talk, pay close attention to this because this is the exact moment where deals die. In this situation, most editors rush. They send the price immediately and they hope that the client would agree. But most of the times one of these two things happens. The first one is they get ghosted right away. And the second one is that the customer cuts the price in half. And this doesn't happen because the customer is cheap. It happens because the editor is avoiding one thing. And to show you what's missing, let me give you this example. Imagine that you are sick and you go to the doctor. And the moment you enter the room, he tells you, take this pill. It will solve all of the problems that you have. Would you take it? If you are sane, most likely not. But now let's imagine that you enter the room and the doctor asks you these three main questions. First, what's your problem and what's your goal? Second, how long are you dealing with this for? And third, what have you tried on your own? After he listens to your answers, he gives you the pill. Now, would you take it? Most likely yes, because he understood your situation, he listened to your problems and he offered you the solution. It's the same with your clients. If you want to close premium clients at premium rates, you need to get them into a sales call and they listen to their problem, then position your editing as the solution. If you are scared of sales calls, trust me, I've been in the same situation. I'm not native and every time I was thinking about jumping into a call, I was always wondering, what if they hear my accent? What if they realize I'm from a third world country and they just cut my price in half? What if they just destroy my strategy on the spot? I didn't know what type of trick to use to make them say yes to my prices. But everything changed for me when I realized that you don't need to master any Jedi type of martial arts or tricks to make your customer says yes. A sales call is all about understanding your client and helping them find a solution, whether it's working with you or not. Now that you understand fishing and hunting, the next part of the formula is essential if you want to speed up the process and multiply your results, because it can turn one re-edit into multiple clients. R. Repurposing. Here is the part that makes the whole system compound. After you send the email, then you take the re-edit and you post it on Twitter. Right after that, there are three things that can happen. The first one is that the customer DMs you. The second one is that other customers see the re-edit and they DM you for work. Or the third, no one DMs you for work, but you still have a killer piece for your portfolio. Either way you win, because your re-edit starts acting like an ad. It does the selling for you. Now, since you understand your customer and you have the entire FHR formula, you know how to consistently get premium clients for your editing service. But if you want to get it right from the start and save months of trial and error in applying these systems, just like my students, then you can get my personal help in writing the emails, creating your offers, and fixing your entire client acquisition system by clicking on the link below. I'd be more than happy to help you win and scale your editing business.